Hello, 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 and welcome. It is your mom of three in NYC, and I am back with a new video. If this happens to be your first one on my channel, welcome. My name is Taneza. I'm the mother of three opinionated, all three kids living in the heart of New York City. I have a family here in these YouTube streets, and I would love for you to join it. All you have to do is smash that button, SUBSCRIBE, down below. This video, my friends, is a review of Married at First Sight, Season 18, Chicago, Episode 7, Basement Blues. Dun, 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 dun. What happened with Ike? What got under Ike's skin? What is annoying Ike so much about MM? The very first scene, folks, we see Ike and MM waking up in their new apartment. He's annoyed with her. Why do you wake up grouchy? According to Ike, MM didn't stay on her side of the bed. She was in the middle of the bed. And again, if you like somebody, that's not a problem. There's something that happened, something that was said or not said that we didn't see that's upsetting Ike. There's something. I can't put my finger. Oh, I may put my finger on it later. I may put my finger on it later. He is insecure about his apartment. I'm not really sure why, because when we see it, it's fine. We'll get to that in a second. But he tries to warn MM. Ike says to MM, I don't want you to see my apartment and think I'm down bad. Like, what's the problem? Why would you start off on that foot? He calls his apartment meager accommodations. Madison and Alan. Remember, folks, first night after moving into their new apartment, Madison goes out for happy hour with her friend and decides to go back to her own apartment and sleep there overnight. She comes in so morning after, so hungover, so wiggity whack. That's so whack to me. It should not be an option to go home to your apartment. You are now married. You asked to be part of this experiment. Do the experiment. Alan's saying that Madison not spending their first night together wasn't a problem for him, meant it was. I'm saying, you know, it's not a problem. It is. You mentioned it because it is. Juan taking Carla to her storage unit because according to Carla, the timing just worked out. Her lease was up. She was getting married and moving in with him. She doesn't have an apartment. I got my side eye on Carla. It's giving Carla hasn't had an apartment in a few months. It's giving Carla has been couch surfing with friends and family to see if she made the show. That's what it's giving. I don't think it just happened. That storage unit looked lived in and worked out of. No shame, Carla. No shame. Carla, who we thought initially was the more laid back one, see my recap in episode 2, is now getting annoyed at all the fun Juan is having. Experts are here. The experts are experting. We see Dr. Pia and Pastor Cal. The first visit, as it should be, is Michelle and David. Literally, they walk in. Oh, you look cute. You look cute. Oh, you're so tall. She offers her a glass of water. The very next thing out of Michelle's mouth, they hadn't even sat down all the way. We're not doing so great. Michelle, we know. They get footage. Don't forget. They get footage. They know. They're aware. That's why you're the first couple they're visiting. I wrote down these quotes because they were so horrendous. Poor David, man. I have them word for word. Ready? I want my equal. So Michelle's basically saying that David is beneath her. If I met him on the street, I'd never talk to him again. Not done yet. Not done yet. I had high standards. Ouch. Dr. P is like, are you giving up already? She says, I am mentally checked out. David said, quote, the struggle is real. It has been a struggle. It's been unpleasant, unfun, awkward, mean, downright rude. Everything that David does annoys / upsets Michelle. David cannot even hold the door open for her. What? David cannot even offer to carry her luggage for her. What? He has manners, and I respect that. I have a husband who does those things. I'm raising my 8-year-old and 4-year-old sons. I have my 4-year-old son hold the door open for his neighbors. I do. That's just the right thing to do. It's called old-fashioned manners. She says it's smothering. Michelle says him offering to do these nice things smothers her. But again, Michelle, it's been how many? Not 1, not 2, not 3, not 4, not 5, not 6. It's been 7 years. That's a reason. You would barely hit your 30s when you first became single. You're almost in your 40s now. Michelle's like, I asked for someone that was successful, and David explains, I have different definitions of success. Like, I am healthy. My family is happy and whole. I love my life. I have great friends. And she's, again, equates financial success as success. And then she's upset that it makes her look bad. But that's what you said. Michelle has really negative self-talk. I really believe this is a classic example of if you can't be kind to yourself, how can you be kind to other people? She needs therapy. She's got a lot of negative self-talk because she keeps saying, I should give myself a break. I need to relax more. The experts hit the nail on the head. It's that Michelle is afraid of the unknown and the fact that she has no control over the situation. But she can control how she reacts to it. And that's the problem Tanaise am having. MM goes to Ike's apartment. I think it's super cute. I think it's exactly what I would imagine an artsy teacher in Chicago, great views, smaller space. He keeps it really neat and organized, a little bit eclectic. He's got musical instruments everywhere. It's fine. Like, I wish he would not have warned MM about his meager accommodations, and I wish he wouldn't have said any of that because his apartment was fine. It was cute. It was fine. You're a bachelor. Like, what more do you need? MM gives us the heads up that men have been intimidated by her apartment. Ike acts like that person that did not grow up with a lot, going to the house of their friend who's huge, and it's massive, it's overwhelmingly gorgeous, and does not know how to act. That's how Ike acts. In every single room they go in, my whole apartment could fit in this room. I put my whole apartment in this room. It's okay. I just say this is really nice. Like, this is great. Like, why aren't you excited about being matched with someone that is that successful? Like, that's awesome. She's bringing a lot to the table, and that's amazing. Why don't we find out that Michelle returned to her apartment too? This cannot keep going on. This is getting old so quickly. You should have to stay at your apartment with your spouse. David's happy about the text that Michelle sent him, letting him know that she was going to be back at her own apartment. I said, they're done. That's it. That's it. Now that she can go back to her space, she is such a control freak. Being with David's going to make her feel out of control because she can't control another adult. Everything he does is annoying her. It's a wrap. None of the couples I feel are great. None of them. There's not one that I'm like, oh my gosh, I'm excited for them. None of the above. Dr. Pepper and Pastor Cal, they visit Camille and Thomas. Really good question that Dr. Pepper asks. Do you think you can see why you were matched? They've got a lot of similarities. Camille explains how a lot of their core values are indeed the same. Our homeboy Thomas is not the kind of guy that she usually dates. He doesn't have the same swag. He can coordinate his outfit. Like, his clothes aren't that much of a problem. He jokes too much, but the jokes aren't funny. They're more on the cornier side than funnier side. And he just does it at inopportune times. Remember, Thomas, she's not your bro. She's your wife. Dr. Pepper, Pastor Cal go to visit Madison and Alan. They ask them, what's the easiest, what's the hardest thing so far about being married to each other? They say they've got good communication. They can be honest with each other. So far, the romantic and physical chemistry has been the hardest thing. When Dr. Pepper said this phrase, I said yes. Madison talks about used to dating well-groomed, put-together, swagalicious men. Dr. Pepper said, well, we don't want to replicate past that did not work. Shots fired. Boom, 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 boom. Yes, Dr. Pepper. Yes, put her in check. Put her in check. Mr. Cal says that, you know what, it's okay to change if it's going to be for the good of the relationship. You're not going to just change for somebody else, but if your change will benefit the relationship, it's okay. You should be changing. You are in a new relationship. Every new relationship changes you for the good or for the bad. Day 14, it's been 2 weeks of being married. Woo, y'all. We are going to see Michelle and David's apartment. Michelle's up first. Michelle's apartment is cute. It's small, but it's neat. David loves it. As he's walking around, it was really giving David imagining his stuff in her place. That's what it gave to me. I said, oh no, buddy, you are never moving in here. He says it's kind of like his place. How would you say that? Because you're trying to imagine your stuff in her space. It's never going to happen, David. And he tries to like reel that back in. He doesn't want to seem too eager or too much of a fan. So he's like, oh, it's simple. It's simple. It's cute. It's simple. I said, no. Michelle's offended. He says it's simple, it's cute, it's simple multiple times. And again, Michelle reminds us she has worked very, very hard to get to where she is. And that offended her. MM and Ike meet with Dr. Pepper and Pastor Cal. MM is more into Ike than Ike is into MM. Whatever attraction they had at first, holding hands, arms around each other, it's dying, slowly but surely. MM wants to know what Ike wants from his wife. At this moment, I know it's a problem. MM again wants to know, what does Ike want from me? Ike wants to see the art in her. Ding, 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 ding. Ike, according to Tanaise, Ike wants to marry himself. He wants to marry a Renaissance black woman that's into music and poetry and spoken word and art and traveling and culture and all of the above. He's one of these guys. That's him. That's him. And he doesn't understand that she doesn't have to be like that to appreciate that side of him. You don't want to be a partner with someone like you. You want someone that can compliment, respects and appreciates and loves those parts of you. I said, when he said she's too mechanical, even Pastor Cal picks up on the awkwardness. Dr. Pepper says, y'all have to nurture the erotic. I said, okay, Dr. Pepper said it, you gotta do it. Again, has been drinking again. She's gotta stop. It's a turnoff now, I think. Camille meets with her sister. They look like each other. She said that she needs to see another side of Tom, maybe at his twin Tim's pool party. He's letting his hair down around people that he's comfortable with. The real him will be there. David tells Michelle, I live the simple life. Again, that word simple, like you. The basement apartment is as bad as Michelle thought. And she said so. She said, it is what I imagined it would be. It's the apartment of like a 20-year-old. It is. He's got a whole keg. Like, what? In the hallway? It's not what he described. It's not a standalone apartment. The fact that his parents have to do laundry in there means they can come and go. I mean, we lock the door, we do this. It's not. It's not like your parents could be replaced with a landlord and that would be appropriate. It's not. And it's bad. It's just, there's no decorating. Like, he literally goes there to go to sleep. That's what it's giving. It's giving crash pad. It's not giving grown man apartment. It's not. And the fact that he thinks it is, the fact that he sees it through the same lenses as Michelle's is a problem, because it's not. She's giving very much grown, very much adult, very much independent. He's giving very much, I pay $300 a month. I got money on the electricity bill and the phone bill. Those are my bills. It's giving very much that. I mean, yes, different, access, got a key to the different door, all that good stuff. But the fact of the matter is that your parents live upstairs and they come downstairs to do the laundry in your apartment. It's as bad as she feared. It's a wrap. They're not going to work out. Part of me wants to at least see them try, but then part of me is like, just leave him alone. Like, you're going to traumatize him. He's going to have PTSD because of this relationship. Alan is such a great guy. He's probably my favorite right now. Alan is such a great guy. He makes this amazing dinner. Like, he's such a nice guy. Dr. Pepper and Pastor Cal meet with Carla and Juan. What are the challenges? Carla said Juan's mindfulness, just being, aware of her. She wants to be, and should be, Pastor Cal said, your primary focus. I'm glad they showed that support for Carla. He also wants reassuring acts of affection. Juan wants feedback and tolerance. Carla wants mindfulness. It can work. It can work. The experts tell them. Don't screw it up. At My Friends is a recap of Married at First Sight, season 18, episode 7, Basement Blues. If you're just now catching up on Married at First Sight, or you found my page, please make sure I organize all of my recaps into the playlist below. Binge watch all of my Married at First Sight reviews. Until then, tribe, questions, comments, leave them down below. I look forward to seeing you in our next review. Bye for now.